November 1st, week 8, the Lions will be welcoming the Indianapolis Colts from not too far at Ford Field. Not sure at this point will they have fans or not have fans, but let's get into it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Check out our Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. And, the Colts is a team that I don't think a lot of people expecting a lot from in the AFC South. They got some talent, though. They got some talent, but let's start off talking about their free agents. So let's get into it. We'll talk about their free agents, the draft, their depth chart, and then we'll talk about how the Lions size up against them. I've been trying to get this ball rolling faster on the season preview, but I'm just going to take my time. It'll be done before the time we play the Chicago Bears. But biggest acquisition they got was Phillip Rivers. He came from the Chargers. I still like Jacoby Brissett better than him. Phillip Rivers he didn't ever have a great arm. Coming out at NC State, but when you don't come in with an electric strong arm, through the years your arm get weaker and weaker. Look at Drew Brees and Phillip Rivers. Ironically, they played on the San Diego Chargers together. He just don't have an arm, so he gonna struggle. He gonna struggle to make all the throws. And when you play a guy like Phillip Rivers, or you play a guy like Brees, or remember Chad Pennington arm kept going out, what you do is you try to make them throw those passes outside the hashes. Because they don't have a zip, they can't make all the throws. You try to make them vertically stretch the field as well. They live off of anticipation, and they live off those short throws. So, Phillip Rivers, see if we can, rehabilitate his arm. He's 39 years old. Then they got Xavier Rhodes from the Vikings. He was trash last year, so they paid him $3 million. All right. Anthony Costanzo, they bring him back. I liked him out of Boston College. He's been doing a good job. I think he's more of a right tackle than a left, but they bring him back. They lose, Michigan's own Devin Funchess to the Packers. He didn't play last year with an injury, and this year he opted out, so good by them. They didn't bring back Jabal Shears. They bring in tight end Trey Burton from the Bears. They bring in T.J. Carrier from the Browns. They also lose Pierre Desir, their corner, to the New York Jets. They lose Erica Ebron to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They bring in DeForest Buckner. Remember, they made that trade. They traded their first-round draft pick for DeForest Buckner from the 49ers. So they make a trade for him. They let Marcus Hunt go to the Saints. Also, they lose Brian Hoyer to the Patriots. They don't bring back Vinatieri. They don't bring back Chester Rogers, the receiver. They don't bring back Clayton Gathers, the safety. They lose cornerback Quincy Wilson to the Jets. They also bring in former Lion. It's kind of been the narrative for a lot of these teams. Tavon Wilson, they signed him like a week or two ago. They lose Dontrell Inman to the Washington Redskins, which the Redskins did announce today that Dwayne Haskins will be their week 1 quarterback. They re-sign LeVar Clark, their right tackle. They bring in Taylor Stallworth, 4-3 defensive tackle from the Saints. Shelton Day, they bring him from the 49ers. So anybody else is relative here? Not really. All right. They bring a lot of their own guys back, like Mo Ali Cox. Nothing really big here. All right. So we go into their draft, and they didn't have a first-round draft pick. Remember, they traded that to the 49ers for DeForest Buckner. They bring in Michael Pittman Jr. from Southern California. He was a solid receiver. I think that's a great pick. Second pick in the second round from the Redskins. They also bring in Jonathan Taylor. We know him from around here, Big Ten country, from Wisconsin. Explosive running back. I wanted the Lions thinking about. I was wishing the Lions would get him. I liked him. People said he had a fumbling problem. You could fix that. Ask Tom Coughlin and Tiki Barber. Julian Blackman, safety from Utah in the 3rd round. 4th round, they took quarterback Jacob Eason, so maybe they do have a quarterback of the future. Danny Piner, offensive lineman from Ball State. Shout out to Munchie at Indiana. It's a local product for them. Rob Windsor, defensive tackle from Penn State. They took him in the 6th round. They had another 6th rounder in Isaiah Rodgers, cornerback from UMass. They had another 6th rounder, Desmond Patman, receiver for Washington State. And they had another 6th rounder in Jordan Glasgow, linebacker from University of Michigan. So we get to talk about their depth chart. But first, as far as what they did in the draft, it looked like what they really did was they added DeForest Buckner. So interior, that's kind of been an issue for them. They upgrade in the interior, so that was basically a draft pick. They replaced Devin Funchess with Michael Pittman Jr. They also still got T.Y. Hilton. They complement Marlon Mack with Jonathan Taylor. I think they could be a good 1-2 punch. They add a safety. They add a developmental quarterback in Jacob Eason, so maybe he could take over for Phillip Rivers, or if Jacoby Brissett don't take over. So they're building this team the right way. So I like the way they're building it. And I like what they done in the draft. And I've been to Lucas Oil Stadium for the Super Bowl when it was there. Beautiful stadium. It got a tunnel from Conseco there. So I really ain't never had no ill will towards the Indianapolis Colts. I actually rooted for Andrew Luck as well. Like this game. Now you go to their depth chart. Starting receivers going to probably be T.Y. They also got Paris Campbell they took last year from Ohio State, which he got a lot of speed. I think Terry McLennan, hopefully I'm saying his name right, from Ohio State and Washington, took a lot of the he garnished a lot of the attention for the rookie receivers. He was excellent in Washington last year, and another Washington football reference right there. They're not the Redskins no more. And also, they got Michael Pittman Jr. slated to start as well, and backing him up, they got Zach Pascal, who put some work in as well through the times they linked on him as well. So, I like what they doing in the pass catcher situation. They receive when they receivers. T.Y. is a beast, one of the best receivers nobody talk about. Michael Pittman Jr., if he hit the ground running out of USC, he should be right. And Paris Campbell's second year, if he can really get vertical and use his speed, they can be a problem. Outside, they got Costanzo coming back at left tackle. I like him better at right, but he cool there. Quentin Nelson, one of the best interior linemen in the league. Kelly Ryan at center. Mark Lewinsky, he came from the Seahawks at right guard. And Braden Smith is their right tackle. Tight end, Jack O'Doyle. I like Jack O'Doyle. They also replaced Eric Ebron with Trey Burton. He an athletic tight end that really didn't get the pop in Chicago because of injuries. And then again, with him in Chicago, it was more Trubisky just suck ass cheeks. So I like Jack O'Doyle and Trey Burton. O'Doyle dealt with his injuries last year, but they should complement each other well. You got O'Doyle, who more the possession blocking guy. You got Burton, who kind of shifty underneath. So I like that. Phillip Rivers, like I said, I would prefer Jacoby Brissett coming there. I actually like the talent of a backup quarterback in Chad Kelly if he can get right and stay out of trouble. But then again, Jacob Eason, he can develop as well. So the Indianapolis Colts done a great job of mixing youth and mixing veterans across their skill positions. And then you got Marlon Mack, who's kind of basically, starting to bubble in this league, and he's doing a really, really good job in the interior, running in between the tackles. They got Nahim Heinz. He's another guy I like for the Lions drafted a couple years ago. Fast guy, speed guy. I think the game should start to slow down for him this year as well. And then you got Jonathan Taylor as well backing up Marlon Mack. They should be a good 1-2 punch. Mack grinding in between the tackles. Jonathan Taylor can grind between the tackles, but he got breakaway speed. And I think he surprised a lot of people with his 40 time, at the combine. So they got an overall solid team. It's just that if they can get something out of Jacoby Brissett, Phillip Rivers, or if Jacob Eason and Chad Kelly can step up, they'd be in a great position. So their defense is some guy on the physically unable to perform list, Teray Kamiko. Not sure who that is. He supposed to start at one end, DeForest Buckner in interior, Stuart Grover in the other heated nose tackle. Then you got Justin Houston from Kansas City, who over there at the defensive end. So these days it look like they running a 4-3. Also you got Bobby Okriki, who's starting at outside linebacker, strong side. Middle linebacker is Anthony Walker. Weak side linebacker, the wheel, is Darius Leonard, who I love a lot. He their best defensive player, bar none. Up front, look, I'm not sure how good Grover and Kamiko is, but Justin Houston still getting it done. DeForest Buckner, he gonna get it done, and Darius Leonard gonna get it done. So it's really gonna be who can help them as a supporting cast. They got some really good defensive players that can get after the passer, and if they good at stopping the run, they should be even better at getting after the passer. And then in their back end, they got T.J. Carey, who came over, I think from the Browns, excuse me. You got as strong safety, you got Kari Willis, and then you got another Ohio State guy. It's kind of been the theme here at the free safety, Malik Hooker, who's a ball hawk and who's really, really good at hawking the ball when he's healthy. And then other cornerback position, you got Xavier Rose. So really pretty much in the back end, it's going to be if Xavier Rose can bounce back and Malik Hooker can stay healthy, then they should be in good shape. And then their nickel back is Yasin Rock Yasin. So he'll be in the slot. The slot is more of a starter than one of the outside linebacker positions. Most teams really come out in the base 3-receiver or 4-receiver package, mainly 3. So that usually take a linebacker off the field in most defenses. And they place kickers Chase McLaughlin, so they got rid of Adam Vinatieri. He had to move on. He still don't have a team. I'm not sure if he retired or what. Kick returners Nahim Heinz and, both punt returners. So, I mean, they, when you look at Indianapolis, you instantly see that offensively, they solid. They offense going to go as far as, the quarterback position take them. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. They solid at quarterback, but it's nothing extravagant. It's nothing that's going to stick out and make you say, oh, Brady, Breeze, Stafford. It's nothing like that. Phillip Rivers is a 39-year-old quarterback who arm is dying like a remote control batteries. I think they should roll with Jacoby Brissett, but for some reason they don't like him. And he has some issues staying healthy as well, too. And Jacob Eason could be the future or Chad Kelly. So offensively, I don't really see a lot of weakness other than the quarterback position. But then again, that's the most important position. And, I like T.Y. I love him. Paris Campbell, love him out of Ohio State. Michael Pittman Jr., love him. Jack Doyle. They got a lot of guys that I like, but the quarterback position going to hold them back. And defensively, you look at there, Darius Leonard, the stud, Justin Houston still getting it done. DeForest Buckner going to get it done. But really, you looking at the other guys, Anthony Walker, Bobby O'Corky. You're looking at Kamiko. You're looking at guys like Stuart Glover. Can they get it done? And can they back end get it done? Now, this is a game on paper where most Lions fans say, well, the Lions should win easy. They should win. This team going to compete. This team, they can run the ball. They're going to have a chance. It's a solid team, but it's a team that if you can't beat, you probably, not going to win the division or you're not going to be a playoff team. Can they compete? Would it shock me if they won the AFC South? To be honest, would nothing shock me, whoever won a division this year, to be honest. It just wouldn't shock me because it's a regular offseason. If they do go on and win the AFC South, it wouldn't shock me. The Houston Texans, they lost some guys. They lost DeAndre Hopkins. David Johnson ain't, been healthy for quite some time. So you go ahead and look. You look at Tennessee. What if Ryan Tannehill revert back to being Ryan Tannehill? What if Derrick Henry get hurt? Jacksonville, they fall and they lost Leonard Fournette, so that's a blow. So anything is possible, and this team could be a team above 500. But what we're looking at this point is we can't overlook these guys. These guys are solid at every aspect of the game. If we can't stop the run, we're going to have some issues with Marlon Mack and with Jonathan Taylor and Nahim Heinz. If we can't block good on the offensive line this year, Justin Houston can still get it done. You know what I'm saying? DeForest Buckner can wreak havoc in the middle of the defense. You know what I'm saying? Darius Leonard, if we can't get a hat on him, he can run sideline to sideline and be a problem. He good in coverage. We have some issues with our receivers and miscommunications. Malik Hooker could really get out there and be a ball hawk. So they're a solid team, but it's a team that I expect the Lions to win. You know what I'm saying? To beat and beat really, really convincingly. You start off this year with Chicago, and that's going to set the tone. If they come out there and they look bad versus Chicago and they lose to Chicago or have a performance like they did with the Cardinals, a draw, or they win a dogfight, then maybe maybe it's not going to be good this year. You know what I'm saying? Because then you talking about you got Atlanta, you got New Orleans, you got Arizona. You got a tough schedule this year, man. And for a team that was, in the top 3 of the draft to have this tough a schedule, it ain't no cakewalks in here, man. And I don't think Jacksonville was a cakewalk, before they traded Leonard Fournette. Now they can be a cakewalk. I don't think Indianapolis is a cakewalk. They got a solid team. You know what I'm saying? They solid at skill position. So for the Lions to be able to beat them, it's really going to be stopping the run, okay? Forcing Phillip Rivers to show he got arm strength, taking away the short intermediate stuff, making them throw the comebacks outside the hashes, making them go down the field on the post routes, taking away the ability to open up his windows by stuffing the run and making them go deep. And then defensively, run the football and be able to expose that secondary. We know Xavier Rhodes like the back of our hands. We've seen him for years in the NFC North, and we could take advantage of him. You know what I'm saying? We should have a good matchup if we don't get Hockenson on Leonard. They got matchups all day. The Lions should win this game. But if they don't stop the run and run the ball, they're going to struggle with every opponent or lose to the majority of the opponents that they're running against. And people got to understand that that's the key to the defense. Run the ball, stop the run, get after the passer, and then everything after that can come after that. So, I mean, let me know what you guys think about our Week 8 opponent. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love, support. Want to make a donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well. Best way to donate is share the video, comment, and check out my backup. Check out my other channel, Goodfellas Sports TV. More sports, music, news, and entertainment. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfellas.